technically we're live?
Well,
It
if
says
that's
we're
how you
live.
want to dress it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Stay at Home Mode. We are going to have a little bit of technical today, but first and foremost, happy Easter. I hope you guys are all having a lovely time with your family. For those of you that are Christian, he is risen, and so is my Wi Fi. So we're going to have amazing comedians for you, and there they are ish. um, we're just gonna kick this thing off. I can't do much today. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, the first comic coming to your bedroom is Dino the Genetic Marvel.
Well, whether it's the bedroom or not the bedroom, the lotion is right next to his chair. It's just right there.
Yeah.
Okay, just turn your camera a little bit, Ryan. Come on, just to give us a little show. And just so you guys know, Ryan, there we go. There's the lotion. So you know he's not there for comfort. That's his working chair. Okay, he wants to make sure things happen in that chair. So you guys understand. Okay, we made arrangements to do this show at 5:30 today. Ryan decided to change that about 4:45. So we're gonna go at 5. We ended up it's 5:10, close enough. He wins. But the best part is he actually posted her. Let's put that up to the camera there. He made a thumbnail. Didn't tag us. Thanks, bro. So we're gonna talk about comedy. I think that's definitely the priority for what we're gonna do. I have a question, and you know what? I feel like this crowd specifically can't answer any of my questions, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. So in a day and age where literally we can't tell what is up and what is down, we not sure what's sideways, but I want to say that do you guys agree or disagree that the first catfish are people who went by their middle name in front of their first instead of their first name? First catfish. What do you guys think? I knew a guy whose name was Jeremy, gross, but his middle name was Scott. He's like, oh, I go by Scott. And I'm like, of course you do. Scott's a great name. Jeremy, gross, probably a little too handsy after a few drinks. Let's be honest, right? But I don't understand it. I don't understand how people are unwilling to be honest about who they are in regards to like just being like, hi, I'm XYZ. Why is my face on Ryan's? God damn it. He just loves doing that kind of shit to me, and like I get it. I'm very easy to infuriate, but at the same time, you know, it's horrible. I went and saw Dungeons and Dragons today, and I make a point of going to a VIP theater. VIP is not just like you have bigger chairs, because remember, I'm still very fat, but also they bring you food and booze right to your seat. And one of the things is that it's over 19 because it's got a bar, and you're like, so unless you're of age, you can't even get in. So people, it's the one of my funnest pastimes has been sitting just past the entrance and watch grown men go in and go, oh, then they're like, sorry, it's 19 plus, your kids can't come. He's like, no, it's okay. I said it's fine. And you're like, and they're like, no, it's a bar. Your kids can't come in. They're like, no, I'm saying it's okay. It's like, yes, we understand what you're saying, sir. However, it's against the law. You can't come in. And just watching them not understand that concept is one of the great joys of life. It's. I feel like it's only surpassed by watching a fat person fall down. Just in general, that would be like watching someone have no power in a situation and have to succumb, versus the alternative of a fat person falling down. Because I'm telling you, no one in their right mind can watch a fat person fall down and not laugh, because that shit's hilarious. I laugh when I fall. Okay, whether I was big and even now. So I think that's only reasonable. I'm not sure where Ryan went, guys.
I think his internet went somewhere.
He's still there. He's hidden behind like a picture of looks like an elf shooting an arrow, which, you know, hey, I'm all for. But what can you do? That's one of the things. Why is Ryan? Hold on. Let's see here. I don't know. I had a few other bits that I thought I would try on you guys. One of the hard parts, like now, Gina's just bringing up the next, and leg is so bad. Okay, that's fair. So I'll finish up with this. One of the things that I really don't understand right now is because when I grew up, you know, people really manifested their character on the inside. That was what they really tried. Like, who they were on the inside was what matters. But the thing is, now it's like I remember when people were hookers just in their heart, not as a career, and I don't know how to deal with it. It's a confusing thing. I don't know. I think that's where I'm going to leave things, because let's be honest, it was horrible. Who was going to be going next? Was it Rob? Was it Eric? Alexa?
Okay.
Who?
Oh, I
Rob?
don't know what the hell.
Alexa?
You want to go, Alexa?
Hell yeah, Alexa. Are you okay with leaving the screen like this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Am I ready to start?
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. So, hi, everyone. My name is Alexa. My teeth are kind of like Hillary Clinton's friends. Some are missing, most are just dead. I date a lot of conservative guys, and every time I go on a date with them, they're like, build the wall, build the wall, build the wall, because this bitch has a gap tooth. I am also trans, and it's weird being trans now because I work in marketing in this political climate. I had a client come in my office, and I had to say, oh yeah, definitely we can get the marketing packages sent out. I'll just add you to the list. First thing she says, please don't shoot. You have to think, though, because I'm a trans woman, and there's certain other people making the news that are women that want to become men. Is it not just dedication to acting like a straight white guy to shoot? So I recently have decided to work on my mental health. I started seeing a therapist. And going to a therapist is a lot like going to a dominatrix. I pay about $250, stay in a room for an hour, and I leave crying. But with my therapy, I've been struggling with depression for so much of my life. I used to struggle with it so much. Depression, loneliness. I used to call suicide hotlines just to have someone to talk to. And there was this nice woman, because I called the same time every day for 4 months straight. And I talked to her every day. She was so nice. But after those 4 months, I thought to myself, maybe I should kill myself so I don't feel like I was wasting her time. Do you ever wonder, like, if people who work at suicide hotlines get paid for that? Like, they have a quota? You're just working at a suicide hotline. You come up to work in the morning. It's Monday. You look. Where's the coffee? Oh, yeah, no one killed themselves in Austin tonight. Coffee is for closers.
Horrible.
I've had a lot of trauma in my life. My cousin hung himself a few years back. And it's actually really sad because a lot of people said I was like him, which is really weird because that's the first time anyone ever insinuated I was hung.
Funny stuff, man.
Yeah, just
But I've had a dark life. I have. I went to my therapist with all of this. And I feel like my therapy sessions are kind of like a first date with a guy. I spend an hour talking about myself. Then at the end, they're like, have you considered being on psych meds? So I go in there. Now, I'm not going to scare everyone, but I'm going to recount my trauma. I had to live through it. You just have to listen to it, so you're fine. But when I was 5, I saw someone get shot. My cousin hung himself. My boyfriend died of a heroin overdose. I was addicted to heroin for 4 years. I've been sexually assaulted 3 times. So I go to the therapist. I'm finally going to get on some psych meds. She gives me hydroxyzine. Anyone in here know what hydroxyzine is?
No.
I'm glad you're all fucking mentally healthy. Hydroxyzine
Like, kind of.
I dabbled.
Yeah.
is very strong Benadryl. So she gives me that. I take it for a week. I come back to my psychiatrist, and she's like, hey, how's the medication doing? Are you still upset about the rape? And I was like, I am. But, you know, my sinuses have never been more clear. I feel like childhood trauma should kind of be like a GameStop rewards card. After a certain amount of points, you just get a refillable prescription for Xanax or whatever else the fuck you want.
That's good logic. That's good healthcare. Let's be
That's,
honest.
yeah, that's just speeding the process up.
I'll leave y'all on this. How am I on time?
Fucking do whatever you want. Don't worry about
Oh my god, do whatever.
Time
I
on
want.
you, chat.
Last time a guy said that, he got gaped.
it. I'm not that Greek, but the internet. What can you do?
I do door-to-door sales for a living. And it's honestly made me a little bit religious. Because I was just thinking, it's hard to manage door-to-door salespeople. The fact that God gets them to do it for free is amazing. But I was knocking on someone's door. I manage Phoenix, Denver, Portland, and Seattle. So I knocked on someone's door in Denver, 5 p.m., end of my day. The guy opens the door and says, "How would you like it if I knocked on your door at dinner time?" And I was like, "Sir, you underestimate how lonely I am." I would invite you and get a 4-course meal. And I'm this last app I was working on. I really don't understand trans women athletes. I don't believe in it. I think they have an unfair advantage. I think we need to leave beating women to the professionals, like NFL players. But we do have that unfair advantage. We typically are taller. We have higher bone density. Also, we have a third leg that we can just dribble down the court with.
I feel like it's more for a jump shot, but okay.
But I just think everyone in the LGBT community, the alphabet mafia, just needs to stick to what they're good at. Lesbians need to stick to sports. Gays stick to fashion. And bisexuals need to stick in that closet till they decide to come out as gay or a lesbian. Thank you guys so much.
Fucking A.
Awesome.
I'll be honest with you, Alexa. I have missed your humor because
Yes.
I get essentially you bamboozle me with every joke, and I love that because essentially I'm like, oh, that sounds. Oh, I went the other way, and essentially it's I'm like I shouldn't be laughing at that, and I can't help myself. Which that's a win. That's a win.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard somebody describe the LGBTQ group as legitibetquois, and I was like, that's way fancier. And I'm a little disappointed that they didn't start with that because legitibetquois, that's a top tier word, right? Like it feels foreign, also like it's sciencey, like it's got layers to it, right?
It's because the lesbians showed up at the first naming meeting.
Listen, and realistically, they kick the shit out of everybody else. Have you seen some of the lesbians? They are mean, man. Like, they're almost as mean as teenage girls because teenage girls are mean as fuck.
Yeah, they're mean. Yeah.
They will hurt you forever.
Hurtfully mean.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's. By the way, just so everyone knows, Ryan has just completely left it. He's just viewing from his house.
Yeah.
At least you continue. Is he commenting? He's commenting. There we go. Literally got booted. That's what you get for scheduling 5:30 and then asking everybody to show at 5, you rat bastard. Oh, Jesus. Getting hilarious. Anyways, I love, coffee is for closers. That is some top tier shit. That is fucking great. I love it. I guess next up, we're going to travel the world, people. We started in Canada. We went to Texas, definitely a different country. Now we're going to go to New York. Also another country. So I bring you Eric. Eric, do you want the screen like this, or would you like me to change it?
Like this, of course. I really missed you guys. Good to see you. I see everything is just the same, basically. Just Dino, I think you lost a lot of weight, right?
I've lost the equivalent of you. It's about 140 pounds as of today. I weighed in at 311 pounds. 0.8.
Wow. So
Nice.
last time I saw you, you were like a Toyota Corolla. Wow, you really lost a lot of...
Well, listen, with 20 more pounds, I can be declassified as livestock. It's nice.
My, 140 pounds. You look good, man. You look good. But thanks. I missed you. I miss your laugh. I missed Ryan just doing something weird and then disappeared. I didn't see Rob smoking nothing, so I'm a little bit concerned.
I was going to bring it up, Eric. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna do it. And nice to meet you, Alexa.
Nice to meet you.
Alexia, let me hear the Springsteen. No, I'm sorry. I had the first time this Alexa machine when I visited Israel. It was so nice that you ask from her stuff and she's doing it. You know this. So
If
Alexa,
you play your cards right, you can ask Alexa stuff, and she might do it too. But sometimes.
absolutely. So Alexa, you don't know me. I'm an Israeli, and I speak falafel. And somebody asked me if it's not hard for me to do comedy in my second language, and I said, nah, I'm an Israeli. I'm used to bombing. So I was traveling a lot last year, and my last travel was for Qatar to the World Cup games. You watched, Alexa? You watched the games?
No, but I heard about things at the games.
Very American of you. It's okay. We didn't expect you, but I don't know if you know that Qatar, it's a Muslim country in the Middle East with Sharia rules. You cannot be gay there, okay? Because they're going to lock you down. They're going to kill you. Don't go to Qatar. But still, during my 12 days in Qatar, I've been airdropped 3 times from 3 different men that sent me the Instagram profile picture. It's true. And I was amazed that these 3 men took the risk that they could die just to be with me. You know how flattering that is? No woman ever wanted to die for me. Yeah. Alexa, you ever wanted to die for someone?
No.
You see? So I had to sleep with the 3 of them. Yeah. I also went to Amsterdam, to London, to Holland, and the 2 German people stopped me in the street and asked me if I know where Anne Frank's house is. Yeah, so I told them, come on, guys, you found her the first time, right? I'm sure you can do that again, right? Beautiful. By the way, they know me already. This is my real voice, okay? I'm not making up this accent, okay? People start to ask me that after I'm doing my comedy. I am the real Borat, okay? Just what I don't like that here in America, 2-3 times a day, people asking me if I'm from Germany. And it's really not comfortable for me, Every time that somebody here in America is asking me if I'm from Germany, my dead relatives are spinning in their grave. You know that? And it's a mass grave. So it just does a lot of mess. Dino doesn't know what to do with this. So.
I have no idea if I'm allowed to laugh at this shit. It's fantastic.
Too soon? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's my family. I'm telling it. You can laugh. It's okay. It's definitely good. But, so of course, I'm Alexa, you Jewish?
No.
You want to be? I have connections. So people don't understand how hard it is to be Jewish, It's really hard. Even, you know what is a bar mitzvah? It's like, if you don't know, it's a ceremony for 13 years old Jewish boys that symbolize the transition from being a boy to being an obsessive masturbator. So, but people don't understand how hard it is. They're asking you for pretty early age to stand in front of everyone you know and pray and sing for them for half an hour when your voice sounds like that. And in Israel, when you finish this, everyone in the synagogue, your best friends, your family, your grandmother is throwing at you toffee candies. Toffee. Now, they could choose marshmallow. They could choose rose leaves. They could just hug you. But no, they had to choose the hardest candy that was ever made, probably by some greedy dentist. And I'm talking to you about people that woke up very early that Saturday that just finished to hear you singing for half an hour like that. We're talking about a tired, furious people that looking for revenge, okay? So you will expect that these people, when you stop embarrassing yourself in front of everyone, will throw at you the candies like Mazel Tov. No. You look at the synagogue, everybody is warming up, doing stretchings, doing things. Your grandmother is doing things like that. And the second you end praying, everybody's bombarding you like wanted to tell you, you want us to declare you as a grown-up? First of all, try to avoid brain damage. Yeah. What he wrote, Ryan.
They
Yes.
woke up early to throw shit at you. That's yeah.
Exactly. I love it, Ryan. Good. Thank God your internet is not working. Yeah. You remember last few times he was in a car that I've been here. He
Yeah.
was hosting in a car. He cannot just sit like a normal person in a place and be with us.
It's very he is an evasive Pokemon of a person. Like that's the only way I can describe Ryan, because he's definitely a Pokemon. But
because we're doing short sets, I guess this is my time. So
no problem. Eric,
thank
you are
guys.
a treasure, and I listen. The best part about your set is it's the most honest comedy ever, because it's just you already found her once. That's horrific, and I loved it. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you. You look great, man. I'm really happy for you. You lost wow, how much is in kilos? It's like 60
a little
kilos.
over 60. A little over 60,
Wow.
yeah. So
Dino, don't disappear to us, Dino.
Well, listen, the way I see it is I could walk into a buffet and come back out 500 pounds. It's easily, right? So it's at any point in time, things could go
How you did it? How you did it?
So I'm trying to work this into a bit. I have a doctor. He's an Algerian man, and he's quite old. And I would go to him when I was at my fattest. He saw me get I came to him because he was a new doctor when I moved to this side of Toronto, and so I've had him probably about 15 years. And I asked him, because I was very fat doing comedy, and I said my back, it really hurts. And he goes, Konstantin, you are very fat. That is why your back hurts. And
I
said,
tell you that also.
Yeah, right. And and you're like, hey man, but maybe you could give me some pills. He goes, you don't need this. What you need is only to close your mouth. This is the only solution. Now, I told my wife this information, and she said, you need a better doctor. I'm like, listen, I want the pills. I am all about the pills. Like, listen, you want to make my day better? Drop me 2 perks. I am fucking great for the rest of the day. Now, well, at least like 4 to 6 hours. But him not doing that motivated me. I learned a little bit about fasting. I've taken a proactive role in my own existence. So while I have a great personality and humor, I wanted to change the package, as it were. And also, too, remember, and this is a key point that I really have to emphasize for everyone, because I want to make sure it's one of the more popular pieces of information, is that statistically, we have to trust science. And science says for every 35 pounds you lose, you gain an inch of wiener. So I've lost 140 pounds so far. So home life is fucking awesome. On that note,
really? It's true?
35. Listen, bro, I'll tell you right now. Before I was fat, before the end times started, I was getting roasted at a comedy at the comedy store here, or it's the comedy bar.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy goes, well, at least I can see my dick. And I said, well, I can still see it when it's hard. And a girl who I still don't know who this was standing a few feet away watching the roast. And she's like, your dick must be huge. And I was like, aw, like, I have a big dick, but I'm a lot fatter than I thought I was. So it's kind of traumatic. But it's like, so now it's like everyone gets to see how big it is. So I'm quite happy with that, Eric. I'll be honest. But who knows?
Good for you.
So Ryan says, whip it out. Let's check. Then so now it's 4 inches. No. So your dick must be huge. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you this much is it takes up most of my phone, a little bit higher and almost as wide. So it works. It's good. It's good. Everything's fantastic.
You look terrific. This is the best thing. Good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. The way I see it is this: I've lost a human of flesh, like a full-size human of flesh, but I'm still fat. So it's a weird existence, because I'm starting to get little, if you can see, let me try and here, I'll do it with the camera as well. Like I'm getting little sticks are developing in my hand. Apparently these are natural. There are little sticks that I get them in my feet now too. Very confusing to me. But also I still have a very big belly that jiggles. So it's like, I could be like Santa funny, but not quite like fancy Santa, but at the poor mall, like not the really fancy one, not the expensive mall Santa.
Good.
So yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll go on. Oh my God, he said looks terrific. Well, listen, Eric's an honest man, and he doesn't disappoint. That's the absolutely. All right. Well, since we're going, okay, I'm gonna need Rob. Can you the light over your wife's head? Makes her look angelic, but also turns you extremely dark, which makes you look evil. Completely makes sense. Let's be honest. It makes sense because you are the evil of the two. But she's kind of like the archangel. Like she'll stab you while you're not looking, which, let's be honest, that's what
she'll tap me on the fucking shoulder.
Exactly.
And say, hey, you looking, man?
Exactly. That's why I tell people my wife is definitely trying to kill me. Luckily, I married an Asian who can't figure out dosages for fat people. Haha, very skilled. Anyways, without further ado, my close personal friend, Mr. Rob Weber, please take it away.
Oh my goodness, close personal friend. I was just gonna say you didn't lose that weight. You were always a prick, Dino, but whatever, right? Like it's like a whole like Easter thing, and I'm gonna say the theme of the show. First of all, Eric, I'm gonna have to confess, right? Because this is my real voice when I wasn't smoking so much. But hey, whatever happens, have a bar mitzvah, they chop off half my dick, and I was actually a little bit angry, and then I got fucking mad, right? Because I'm not Jewish, I'm just extremely fucking cheap. And I found a book because I wouldn't buy one, right? Because that's expensive. And it said, Anne Frank's diary. And all it says, I think they're onto me. Fuck. And yeah, they found her. So I heard. So I've been thinking about a lot of things lately because I've had a shitty fucking week. And I think I'm among friends and family and Dino. And yeah. So I was thinking about shit, right? Like, because it started out with dinner on Good Friday, right? And I'm like thinking, okay, it's Friday. I was raised like Catholic and like a real Catholic, so it was beatings and forced fucking literature, and then a lot of sex I didn't want and this sort of stuff, right? Little touching, little this. You go in a closet, call it a confession, and apparently you get to do it again next week. And yeah, anyway, it was all very confusing. Half of it was you should do this, and the other half was totally against saying don't do what we just said, right? And then they say, but before you get married, come to the one guy who's not allowed to actually do what he's about to advise you on, and then we say it's okay, right? So I'm going to say I wasn't a good Catholic, but I tried. So I decided to kind of do like a traditional, my kind of family. So I invited, the two legitimate children and our two illegitimate children. So we had roast beef and fish. So we kind of felt like we were partaking, but a little hypocritical and self-deprecating. So yeah, it all worked out great. However, it came up, what's going on with religion, right? How do you feel about it? Do you believe in God, right? And I had just had a very strange experience because I have comedian friends and not just Dino. Another one had told me I was going to hell and just agrees with Dino. And I get, well, one of these. And my dogs, that was your cue, but they're bad dogs now. And I go to the door, and lo and behold, as a just regular kind of me, Eric, I'm not smoking, but god dang, I went and got me a drink so you didn't feel disappointed that I hadn't changed that much, right? I mean, Dino lost a fucking human being, but I still have a monkey on my back, baby. So, one of those is when solicitors of religion come to my door, I usually explain how I practice full on, fuck right off. But
it's a good religion.
You're going to love it because, of course, I am aware of the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm sorry for your wife, but if she ever needs any good advice, my wife, being a nurse, knows all about dosages. So I thought of you at this time, and I thought if it was my good friend, as Dino calls himself, and after I call him a prick, what would he do if I said that? He'd be upset. And, I'd chat with you about theology. So I says, Joanne, my wife is a nurse. Our healthcare system is in such a shambles. She's busy. Can I ask, are you short-staffed too? Because it's just the one of you. So she asked me my thoughts. I says, well, here's what I think. Not a lot of people actually give the good man Jesus, who I do believe was a carpenter before he had what basically came down to a disagreement with his father because he didn't buy what his dad was selling. I'm going to tell you that, right? He might be the almighty and the final say in this, like I'm sure Dino, Eric, Alexa, that at least one parent in charge definitely fucked up somewhere, or we wouldn't be this fucking scramble brain and talking to friggin' therapists. And I started to wonder about this Jesus and God and a lot of drugs that I've tried, dabbled in, and some I still do, right? As for the acid I took right before this show, Ryan, I didn't mean to disappoint you. I tried, but Eric's here and he wanted to know if I'd changed. And I had, so I had been talking about this and said, not a lot of people talk about Jesus the Carpenter. I mean, I'm a kind of guy, because at the same time I was arguing with my wife, who I love very dearly, but she was wrong because, I was. Your feet are on it. So she says to me, would you, for fuck's sakes, do something with those rotten, dirty, asshole pallets that you brought home that I look at every motherfucking day? I can't do it anymore. I swear to God, I'm going to kill you. Also, note, menopause is real, and if she's angry, don't go, would you shut the fuck up? Bad idea. So, speaking of how my penis is no longer as long as Dino's, because, it doesn't matter how skinny fat I get. When she's got a knife and she's serious, you don't fucking argue, right? You're all prick at that point. You better be kissing up real good. So I says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about this over Easter. And I've got a present idea for my lovely wife, who now I was arguing with when someone sent me this, and a friend, a comedian, asshole guy that he was, saying I'm going to hell. He's probably right, especially after that dinner on Good Friday, because that was just spite, and we all know it, let's face it. So I says to myself, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to resurrect some love in my life. So I bust these pallets up as good as I can. I put them together. I snap them, bang, 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 do. A little bit of fucking stain and some of this and a little ingenuity and a lot of elbow grease. I'm deep down inside of me, some good old-fashioned Christian love. So I've got all this. I'm ready to go. My one lovely son decides to do his shit this week, which I'm not going to get into because it's going to make your therapist seem like he's taking a walk down fucking Park Lane there. They're like, because this is some serious shit, right? And then I explained, it was all on me. But as long as we're going to crucify somebody, just start telling me how much you hate me, because my kids do. And I realized I wasn't angry at my wife, because anytime we argued in the time we've been together, except for them fucking pallets, it's been because of our goddamn kids or our exes with those same kids. So we've decided, fuck them. Yeah, we just don't like them. That's it. That's why old people get a motorhome, sell the house, and fuck off, spending it on things like we've decided, drugs, booze, and the rest will just waste on other things. So then I revealed after this shitty week, you still with me, love? Yes, she's right there. Happy Easter. And I made a coffee table and an end table that I like to call my angry period Easter Christ resurrection tables, that are now in our living room where she can look at them every fucking day. And I'm Rob Weber. That's been my time. Happy Easter, everybody.
Wonderful. And let's be honest, by the court, they'll be known as Exhibit A, B, and C at Rob's murder. So
can I hear an amen?
Rob
she might
changed.
make it into a coffin.
I'm very impressed.
right?
Rob changed dramatically. Also, like you, Dino.
Well, listen, it's listen, with a little bit of elbow grease. This is the only problem is Rob is like I'm like 900 years old. Rob is like 3,000 years old. Like he was there in the garden with Jesus, and he tried like, bro, you should come this way, and he went that way, and he was like, that's not the way. I'm not gonna complain, right? Like it's sometimes you got to mind your own business, right, Rob? That's listen, let's be honest. Like the best part about it is the fact that children, like, they are such fucking savages, right? Like they can assault you in your brain where you're going, you little shit. Like the only thing that's more dangerous is a wife on during the change, which, let's be honest, fucking terrifying. I feel like we should get them together, send them to war. It'll be fine. All right. That's a solution. Anyways, this has been Eargasm, guys. We've had we're trying to come back as much as we can. We're gonna be back every other week or so, every couple weeks to try and do it. We're gonna do it on the weekend at some time. It may be at 5, maybe at 5:30, maybe at 8. Who knows what will happen? It's a crazy world we're living in. But understand that we are trying to bring comedy right to your home. So subscribe, comment. I don't know, jerk off while you're watching us. Some of us are pretty. I'm not.
Some of us have cream already.
Eric has a great voice for,
Hands are standing by.
Exactly. Anyways, you guys have been horrible. We've been hilarious. Have a wonderful rest of Easter. And just remember, if you don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. Bye, guys.